What if I told you the greatest battle you'll ever fight while traveling isn't with your budget, your visa, or even that questionable street food? It's your own damn excuses. That is the greatest battle you'll ever be fighting. You know, every traveler has a moment. That moment when you're jet lagged and your bag is late and you haven't seen a dumbbell in 3 weeks. We've all been there. I've been there. I'm sure you have too. And you tell yourself just one day off, just this one beer, or just this one detour. But unfortunately, as you guys may know, one day kind of becomes 1 week. 1 week kind of becomes 1 month. And 1 month kind of becomes who you actually end up being. It's the new version of you, the one that used to work out. No longer though, right? You're just taking some time off. Finding the next excuse. So how do you stay fit when you're constantly on the move? How do you keep a routine when your only routine is not having one? How do you do it? When you've decided that you're not going to stick to any kind of routine, how are you going to stick to one? What's going to change? Well, guys, just stick with me, okay? Because this isn't just about workouts or diet hacks, although those are good, I suppose. However, this video is about mastering a mindset so powerful that it travels with you, even when everything else changes. And things change all the time. If you travel, you know things are constantly changing. Rules are constantly changing. Laws are constantly changing. Where you're at is constantly changing. The prices of stuff's constantly changing. So this mindset that you have to master needs to stay the same. So trust me, okay? It's a mindset most people never learn. And I know because I was in the military. We had to learn a lot of stuff on our mind. We had to learn a lot of stuff about discipline and motivation and having the right freaking mindset. Before we get into the video, comment below, what do you feel like is the hardest part for you when you want to stay fit and yet still travel? Let's build a community that doesn't just wander, but thrives on the move. So go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let people know, and we can have a discussion about it and motivate each other. But before I get into the video, guys, if you like this video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Liking and subscribing is the best way to support the videos I do, and it helps me to continue making these videos for you guys. I try to make a video, at least one video every day, Monday through Friday. And let's push for 1,000 followers. Let's kind of talk about the time when I nearly lost myself abroad. Because there was a point in my travels here in the Philippines where I looked in the mirror and just didn't recognize myself. It was the second time I came to the Philippines, which is this time. And I still feel it now. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm getting better at it. I've started to lose more weight. The second time I came here, I put on a lot of weight. I'd been eating a lot of McDonald's. I just got done being homeless, and the best I could do was cheap burgers at a restaurant and whatnot. And things started to turn around, but I'd put on a lot of weight. And I came here and I put on more weight at first because I just kept eating. Where I was staying was right down from a McDonald's, and I love McDonald's. I love their fries. I love their double quarter pounder with cheese, extra mayo. I put on a shit ton of weight, guys. More than I should have. I realized that this isn't just because I'm getting older. It's because I let myself down. I let myself go. I let myself get into the habit of eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and I just stopped working out. You know, I had stopped working out and I told myself I'd get back to it, but I never did. I never did until last month, started getting back into it. I haven't been on a walk today or yesterday because there were supposed to be power outages and I wanted to get as much homework done as possible, but the power outage never happened. So I don't know what's going on there. I kept on saying, I'm going to do it. I'll get it done, but it never happened. You know, I had abandoned the thing that once gave me structure, strength, and purpose while I was in the military. It was discipline. I had discipline in the military. I had to be disciplined in the military. I had no choice. If I wasn't disciplined, I'd get in so much trouble. It could have cost me my military career. I could have got dishonorably discharged if I had been undisciplined. I would have lost all my benefits. And I lost that discipline once I came here again. And I had more money and I was just eating whatever I wanted, doing whatever I wanted. And here's the thing, guys. You think travel will set you free, But without discipline, freedom becomes chaos. Freedom becomes this big chaotic pool of randomness, and it's hard to have fun when there's chaos all over, when there's chaos everywhere. It is hard to have fun. It is hard to travel. You start to feel unhealthy. You start to look unhealthy, and you hate that. You absolutely hate that. And that's why it's important. It's very important to get that discipline back. Everybody talks about motivation, being motivated to do this, being motivated to do that. But motivation isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just not. It'll get you a little ways, and maybe you can start with motivation, but it's discipline that's going to keep you going. You're not going to be motivated forever. You can be disciplined forever if you make yourself disciplined. Discipline is doing the things you have to do, even though you don't want to do them. Motivation is doing the things you have to do and you want to do it. So yeah, you could start off being motivated, but to keep going, you're not going to feel like doing that forever. You're going to have days where you don't want to do it. You've got to have discipline. You've got to do it even if you don't feel like it. That's the only way you're going to be able to succeed. That's it. Have you guys ever felt like that though? Like travel freed you, but it also fractured you? Like you let yourself go like I did? It just caused so many problems in your life, so many health problems, so much low self-esteem. It caused that. Well, you guys, that was my turning point. I finally had enough of it. I was just tired. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I didn't want to look like this. I didn't want to feel like this about myself. So let's talk about what travel teaches you about being disciplined. Travel kind of does strip you of routines. And if you don't build new ones, your identity will slip. When you're traveling, all those routines you used to do, you can't do them. You're in a completely different place. Cleaning your house, you can't do that routine. You can't, or you don't have to clean people's houses, I guess. If you're traveling, I guess you can. But there's so much that you can do differently while you're traveling that you don't have to do if you're not traveling. Those routines are stripped away. Those routines are part of who you are. I did a video a few days ago about religious traditions give us structure and routine when everything's chaotic. And traveling can strip away that if you don't take advantage of going to religious places or wherever you're at. So it's important to remember that traveling, though it's fun, it can still strip away part of who you are, because it does strip away some of those routines. And I decided that I needed to get back into shape. So now I try to walk. I was running, but I stopped because my shoes started to get a rip in them. I'm going to have to get a new pair of shoes. So now I have to wear sandals. And the sandals, I can't run in those. They suck. But I had started running or walking. In the morning, I walked 2 miles with 5 pounds on my back. And in the evening, I walked 2 miles with 5 pounds on my back. Now, I would prefer to do that all at one time, but that's not easy, especially now that school is starting back and the kids all start coming out and the traffic's all bad in the morning time, which is when I like to walk. I like to walk in the morning. I don't want to deal with all that. So I've been walking twice a day for 2 miles apiece with 5 pounds on my back. I'm going to up the weight on that eventually, just not yet. I'm doing it. It doesn't matter how hot it is. I make sure that it's safe. I don't do it too early in the morning I wait until the sun comes up. My fiance said I have to be careful. So I'll wait until the sun comes up. And even if it's cloudy, if it's raining, that's another good thing about walking. If it's raining, I can carry the umbrella with me. No matter what, I can get the walking done. The only reason I haven't these past few days is just because they kept saying there's going to be power outages. There was a power outage on Saturday. There was supposed to be one today. It didn't happen. I'm just getting homework done. So I'm going to do at least a 2 mile walk tonight. I was waiting for the power outage and then I was going to go on a walk, but power outage never happened. But I've done this so much now that something weird has happened. I've actually began to crave the consistency of walking again. You don't know how great it felt to just start walking again. That feeling of being able to go outside and enjoy the weather, when it's good at least. Walk around. I go by the ocean. I walk by the ocean, especially in the morning time with the sunrise. I'm a sunrise guy. I like the sun rising more than I do the sun setting. I don't like the dark. I've started to crave that because it's a time where I can ground myself into my own reality. I can think about my problems that I need to fix. I can think about how I can better my life. I can listen to some good music and I just kill it, man. I go for that walk. I prefer to run. Again, I would love to run. I just don't want my shoes to fully rip apart. The shoes were kind of expensive, especially for the Philippines. It was 15,000 peso, which is almost $300. But at this point, fitness had stopped being about the mirror, and it became more of my anchor because it gave me a peace in the morning time. It gave me a peace in the evening time. In the morning time, I can go for that nice little walk. I can get the energy from the sun coming up. Then in the evening time, I can go for that nice little walk where I just calm down as the weather is getting a little cooler for the day, slow my body down, and I'm good to go. Well, now let's talk about some people who inspired me since I've been out on the road. One guy that's inspired me, obviously, you guys know I've talked about him, is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate has given me so much inspiration. And his big thing, and I've been listening to him a lot after I got out of the military, his big thing is to stay consistent, stay disciplined, to not stop. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have times where you want to quit. You're going to have times where you want to just give up, but you can't give up. You need to conquer whatever obstacle is standing in your way. He's been a huge help in my mind. I've listened to him constantly. And the more I listen to him, the more I get into my mind that I need to stop complaining about things, fix my own life. That's the only way things will get better, is if I decide to fix my life. So Andrew Tate's been my biggest inspiration. I absolutely love the stuff Andrew Tate does. I think for any of my guy listeners on here, you should listen to Andrew Tate. I have learned to treat my fiance better. I've learned to take care of the people I care about better. I've learned to take care of myself better because of him. There's a lot of controversy around him. I'm not saying anything about any of that. What I can say is that he changed my life from a suicidal person, a person who wanted to off himself, to a person who wants to make himself better and provide for the people he loves. So think whatever you want to about him. The fruits of my life have shown me that what he says really helps my life. And I'm not going to trade that for the world. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise. The things he has said has helped me immeasurably. So he's been my biggest inspiration. So some of my fiance's family, her brother that's in college, I've seen him every morning. He loves to run. He's got his backpack on and he's just running before college, before he goes to class, or he's on break now. He just runs just for fun. He's made his own dumbbells out of metal. I don't know how he did it, but he made his own dumbbells. He's a really, really cool guy. And he's also inspired me. And he's younger than me. He's like, how old is Rop? I think he's 20. He's like 20 years old, and he's inspired me to better myself by watching him. You know, I'm like, he doesn't need to be the only tough guy around here. He's actually really skinny, but you know, I think I got to compete with this. I can't let someone younger than me be tougher than me. That's good though. That's another thing. Healthy male competition is good. He's not a gym bro. He's not one of those guys that goes to the gym, is all buffed and tough and whatnot. No, he just used discipline. That's it. He just uses discipline to do the things he needs to do. The people who realize this are the people who succeed. So just know that consistency isn't a destination. It's a decision, and you have to make it every single day of your life. You can't just be consistent one day and then not be consistent for a week. You have to be consistent every single day of your life. It is not easy. It's hard as fuck, I know. But you can do it if you decide. You have to decide to do it though. All right, guys, let's talk about the lesson. I want to start with this 3C idea, the core mindset for staying fit while traveling. This is what I want to talk about. So let's break down what this 3C mindset is. Number one, it's commitment over motivation. I'm telling you guys, motivation is fleeting, commitment is planted. Make one rule. Do something like, I move every day for 20 minutes, no matter what. Make that a rule in your life. For me, it's walking. It's walking at least 4 miles a day. You have to be consistent. I'm telling you, consistency beats motivation. Consistency always works. Motivation does not always work. Motivation will be gone with the wind. but consistency will keep you in the moment, keep you planted in what you need to do. This is why so many people mess up their life, because they only do things when they feel like doing it. I keep telling my fiance this. She keeps saying that she wants to do this and she wants to do that. She'll do it for 1 day or 2 days and then she'll stop because she doesn't want to do it anymore. And I keep telling her, if you want to see results in what you're doing, you have to stop doing it just when you want to do it. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. You're just wasting time that you could spend on anything else. You are wasting valuable time doing something that you're only going to do if you feel like doing it, because you will not feel like doing it every day. And I will say, for most of us, especially when it comes to working out, you're not going to feel like doing it most days. Most days, you're not going to want to do it. It's just how we are. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying that's how it is. What we need to do is overcome that by being consistent in what we do. We set out a time to do something every day. We do that every single day, and that's it. Whether we want to or not, we have to do it. So that's number 1, commitment over motivation. Number 2, creativity over convenience. Don't wait for the gym. So many people are like, oh yeah, I'll go work out when I have the money for a gym membership, or when there's not that many people in the gym, or if somebody can take me to the gym, I'll work out. Don't wait for the gym. Don't do it. You will never get anything done if you keep waiting and waiting. It's just an excuse, and you can deny it all you want, but it is an excuse to not work out. That's all it is. It's an excuse. You've got to use what you have in your own environment. If you're on the beach, I personally like doing push-ups on the beach. The sand actually makes it a little bit harder. I remember we went to a beach last year, a beach resort, and I was trying to get in 100 push-ups a day, and I just started doing push-ups at the beach. I didn't care what people thought. I really needed to get my push-ups in. At the beach, do push-ups. Or maybe go run around in the sand or in the water. Move a little bit. It's not hard. I mean, you got 2 legs, I hope. You're at a park, do some calisthenic stuff. Go over to the monkey bars and try to do a pull-up or a chin-up, or do push-ups. Do some stretches, do something like that. You're in bed? Well, guess what? That's a perfect time to do some core planks, or to do some sit-ups, or some crunches. Don't make an excuse. You can work out anywhere. You don't do it because you don't want to do it. You keep putting it off because the reality is you're just too lazy to do it. That's the reality. Stop making excuses, because you'll keep making them and it'll never happen. And I'm telling y'all this not because I want to be mean. I do it too. I'm telling y'all this because I care and I know how it works. I know how the mind is. And I don't want to see y'all have low self-esteem. I know how bad low self-esteem is. This is why I wear my sunglasses. This is how I feel about my eyes. But the only way you can change it is if you make the effort to change it, even when you don't feel like doing it. Even when your brain is trying to make an excuse on why you shouldn't do it, why you should wait. The brain is trying to save you energy. That's how the brain works. It's trying to save you this precious energy that it thinks it needs to save you. But you don't need to save that energy. Reprogram your brain. Get it into your brain that it's okay. It's okay to use this energy. And then the third C, guys, is curiosity over control. Instead of stressing out over missed workouts, just ask yourself, what does this place teach me about the moment? Muay Thai in Thailand, hill hikes, dancing in Colombia? Stay curious. Let the world train you. Learn from where you're at. Learn what they're doing. That's one of the things I would love to do in Thailand when I go. I'm going probably this year or next year. I'm going to go check out Muay Thai there. If I go to China, I'll check out something like Kung Fu. If I go to Japan, Japan's karate, right? I think karate. You can learn so much from whatever country you're in. You can train with people. You can go fishing, or you can go to the rice fields here in the Philippines and help people out in the rice fields. My fiance's dad, he wants me to come with him to the rice fields and go fishing with him in the morning time. That kind of stuff. You can do that. Just do something, anything. Don't freak out over missing one workout. Find a way to learn from the community, what they're doing. Especially when you're in a poor place like this, and yet people are still somehow staying healthy. Find out what they're doing. How are they doing it? Learn from them. That is something that I think is really important that a lot of people don't do, is when they go travel, they focus on seeing all the sights and whatnot, but they don't really try to learn from the community. They don't try to learn from what people are doing. And I think that's important. You should do that. So let's talk about some stuff though, that if you don't want to do all that, that's fine. Then take these things on the road with you. These are very inexpensive. They're lightweight. You don't have to worry about them. So take these things with you. Try resistance bands. Try to take something like that. They're extremely light. They're versatile. You can use them instead of dumbbells. You can use them to do your arm workouts. You can use them for leg workouts. You can use them for core workouts. Resistance bands are really good to have. I would say have a variety of colors, but if you can't get a variety of colors, what you can do is just get one color. And when you're standing on, especially when you're doing your arm workouts, when you're standing on them, the farther you spread your feet out, the more resistance you will get. You can do that. I'd make sure that the quality's good. I've had resistance bands before that have broke and they snapped. Luckily it didn't hit me, but that can be a hazard. That can be dangerous. So make sure whatever quality you get is good. You can go for cheap, but make sure that if it's cheap, it's still not going to break. Most resistance bands are cheap anyhow, even the high quality ones. So it's not something I would worry too much about. So if you can only get one color, that's fine. When you do your workouts with them, especially the arm workouts when you're standing, just spread your feet out a little more and you'll get more resistance. Also, get a yoga mat. This is something, when I was in the military, we had a sleeping pad for when we're out training in the wilderness or in the desert, for whatever reason, we could sleep on that. Well, it was a yoga mat. So, if you're deciding that you want to go hike as well, and you want to go up into the woods and camp, you can use that for something to sleep on. When I was younger, my parents were not so good people at the time. When I went to college, they sold my bed. When I got back, I slept on a yoga mat. That's what I had to sleep on. So it does double as a bed if you need a bed to lay on. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's better than laying on the ground. I'll just be honest. Make sure you do get a good quality yoga mat though. That is very important. I bought a yoga mat a couple of months ago and it was terrible quality. It started to rip apart or started to get holes in it, and it would like move while I was stretching. It would move apart as well, and it was just not good quality, not a good quality yoga mat. So that is one thing I will say with the yoga mats. You might have to spend a little more for a better quality, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth it in the end because you want a good quality yoga mat. Also, if you don't like to run or walk like I do, because I love to run and walk, get some jump ropes. You can do cardio anywhere with jump ropes. You don't want to do the jump ropes and just do jumping jacks. But I would say get some jump ropes. Use that at least 10 minutes a day. That's what I would do personally because I like to walk and run. So jump rope, I'd have to do quite a bit of jump rope to equal to the amount of walking and running I do a day. But get some jump ropes. Those are cheap. You don't have to worry too much about the quality, but you do have to worry about the size. Depending on how tall you are, you want to make sure that the rope will be able to go over your head. There were people during basic training, it was obvious they'd never used a jump rope before. They were taller and I guess they didn't know that some of the jump ropes were meant for shorter people and some were meant for taller people, and they got a short one, and as they were coming back around, the freaking thing hit them in the back of the head because I guess they just didn't realize that they're taller. They need a longer jump rope. But yeah, make sure you get one that's right for your size. Also, you got a smartphone. I know you got a smartphone. Almost everybody got a smartphone, especially if they're traveling to stay in contact with the rest of the world, their family, whatever. Put a timer app on there. Put a fitness app on there or something. I just use my phone's timer. Like every smartphone has a clock where you can hit a timer and it'll time. It can count down or count up depending on how you want to do it. I don't use it when I walk and run. I just got it in my head on how much I do it, but I do use Google Fit, and that's how I know how much I walk. And I know how fast I'm going because Google Fit measures that as well. But yeah, use a smartphone timer. It's good to have. And then, especially if you've got something like YouTube Premium, I'm not going to say anything else other than YouTube Premium because I don't want to get in trouble. But at least with YouTube Premium, you can download workout videos. There's all kinds of workout videos on YouTube. That's what my fiance uses. She uses workout videos on YouTube. They're great. I'm actually starting to consider to do that because I would like to learn some K-pop dances. Just so y'all know, I love K-pop. I'm a K-pop man, but I can't find many that has Twice. And Twice is like, they're the best. Twice and Sunmi, they're my favorites. Sunmi's she's just one singer. Twice is a 9-person band. But try to do something like that. Download a couple of those videos. That way you have them on the go. Make sure it's something where you don't have to worry about the equipment. Make sure you get something like that. That way you can just do the workout. You don't need a gym. You just need the willpower to do it. You just need to get it in your head that you will do this. That's what you need to do. But what about nutrition on the move? That's the tough one. We can talk about workout all day long. For me, actually, the workout is the easy part. It's the nutrition that's the hard part. It's not because I can't afford it. It's because I just don't want to. And that's the hardest part. Again, it's about consistency. I still have a lot of trouble with it. The nutrition is tough. I've even bought some protein powder to help with that. Abs are kind of made in the kitchen. That's just the truth. You can work out all you want, but if you want abs, you have to eat right. If you want a body that's at least a little thin or muscular or whatever, you have to eat right. And that is so hard. I know it's hard for a lot of my friends here in the Philippines because rice, there's always rice. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, it doesn't matter. Always rice. 1 cup of rice a day may be okay. I wouldn't even push it that far. I'd say less than 1 cup. But 3 times a day, that's a lot of rice. That's a whole lot of rice. You've got to be careful. It's hard to get fit and to stay fit when you're constantly eating rice. So what should you do? Well, one thing I would highly recommend is especially when you're in countries like the Philippines, like where I am, get local food. Local food usually has good, clean choices. It comes straight from the garden, straight from the trees, or wherever they're getting it, it's clean. You're basically eating like a peasant and not like a prince. Eat veggies, eat lean meat, eat the local fruits, eat stuff like that. It's okay to eat rice too, just not too much rice. So try to eat local. It also supports the local community. And you kind of want to do that, especially if you do what I do and you like to visit small areas. You want to be able to support the local community, help those people out. Another thing that I found very helpful, because it also helps the brain to focus throughout the day, is intermediate fasting. I try not to eat until the evening time because I like to get everything done throughout the day. When you get hungry, that survival part of your brain starts to click. It's through evolution, we have that part of our brain that tells us we're hungry. We need to focus. We need to zone in. So you're able to focus better when you're hungry. So I like intermediate fasting only because it helps my focus. Also, guys, it's important to stay hydrated. A hydrated mind is a powerful mind. If any of y'all know about the real world, the campus, you know who says that. But it is so true. A hydrated mind is a powerful mind. You have got to stay hydrated. Your brain is made mostly of water. If you're feeling tired, most people think energy drink, coffee, caffeine, tea, something. Drink water first. Make sure you're not dehydrated. It is so important. It is so very important. It also helps you lose weight, at least at first, as your body realizes it doesn't have to retain so much water. It's okay to let go of some of the water. It helps you curb some of that hunger pain that you might be feeling. Again, a hydrated mind is a powerful mind. Have a water bottle, drink water always. You want to add some electrolytes, squeeze a lemon in, put a little bit of salt in, give you some electrolytes too. It might help with energy as well. And also, guys, it's important to have whey protein powder. I showed y'all that I have my protein powder here. That helps, especially with hunger. And maybe also have some magnesium, because magnesium can help with your sleep and your recovery. I don't have magnesium yet, but it's something I need to get because I've heard a lot of good things about magnesium, and I have pretty bad insomnia, so I'm going to check that out. And I've already told y'all about the electrolytes. Try a lemon and some salt, or you can buy little packets of electrolyte juices. Just make sure it doesn't have a bunch of sugar in it. That's why I don't recommend using Gatorade or Powerade. There's so much sugar. Make sure whatever you get doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. But here's the truth, guys. Travel doesn't kill routines. You do. But you can also rebuild those routines. You have the power to change. You have that power. You just have to use it. Stop making excuses and just do it. What is that? Nike, right? It was Nike. Just do it. So I want you to try something this week. Doesn't matter if you're in Paris or you're in Palawan. It doesn't matter if you're in Bangkok. It doesn't matter if you're in Boston. Pick one of these actions and make it a daily ritual. Just one. 50 squats, 15 push-ups, 10 minutes of stretching, no sugar for a week, or a walk at sunrise or a walk at sunset. Just pick one. That's all you gotta do. Start there and tell yourself you're going to do it every single day, no matter what. Build up small little actions, small disciplinary actions. Build that up. Work up from there. But start small. It's okay. Just keep it sacred and make no excuses. None. Because consistency is how you turn movement into a mission. And guys, let me know something. What's the one ritual you're going to choose this week? Which one? Comment below. Let me know. Let everybody know what that one ritual is, so we can hold each other accountable. We can make sure each of us is doing it. We can come back, comment, do whatever to make sure each person is doing their part of what they said they would do. And hit that like button, guys, if you needed this. And as always, subscribe for more ways to stay healthy, to stay grounded, and to stay human, and to learn about traveling and mental health and religion and all that great stuff. And remember one more thing, okay? Your journey is your training ground. Now go earn your miles. Know that y'all are valuable and that you matter. God bless and peace.